NNRG.
Okay, so the votes for today were for Ooze the Escape, and this one's a little interesting in that this is not an old Commodore 64 game, and in fact, this is a pretty recent game. Sort of. So this traces back to a homebrew ZX Spectrum game, which came out a number of years ago, and then this was ported to the C64 by someone else who had permission from the original author. So, yeah, we basically have a port of a ZX Spectrum game, but a modern ZX Spectrum game. So let's see how it goes. So let's load it up here. It's going to do the raster bars. Yeah, it's going to do the raster bars. And here we go. Ooze the Escape. Code Ali Pouladi and concept Andy Johns. So help Ooze navigate through various corridors and laboratories using its gravity reversing powers to overcome obstacles, and this is a run-on sentence, and avoid the robotic guards in an attempt to escape from this dangerous subterranean complex. That was a lot of words without a period. Collect keys and insert them in the computer terminal to disable the force fields and gain access to further areas, and maybe even find a secret room? Question mark. Okay, press space during the game to toggle between music and sound. Okay, so it's going to be one of those games where it's only music or only sound at any point in time. So yeah, originally came out in 2017, but I believe this port is only like a year or two old. So, okay, so press fire and... Okay, so it looks like our little ooze is in a container and breaks free. Okay, so move left and right, and then... Oh. Okay, that green stuff in the ceiling there is fatal. But... Okay, so you push the button and you change from either sticking to the ground or sticking to the ceiling. So this seems like it's going to be like the letter V 6 times. So, okay, anything that doesn't look like a surface that's smooth, that's like a solid surface, is dangerous from the looks of it. And I'm going to guess those things moving around are also dangerous. So let's try not to get hit by these things. And if we go down here, go up into this little crevice, and wait. Yeah, that does it. Okay, so... Oh. Okay, we can't go this way, but there's a little slime over there. So maybe we're trying to rescue other oozes as well, or maybe that's an extra life? Not quite sure. Oh, there's little puffs of something coming out of this pipe here. Probably don't want to touch that. And if we go up here... Oh, we got more electric shocky things. So I'm going to guess the electric shocky things are fatal. Probably. Okay, so it looks like we've got a key over there. So I've got to try to make my way through here without taking any hits. But I think I want to squeeze by this drone and then drop. Okay, that works. And then I can go back an easier way this way. Yeah, that works. So we got a key, but the question is, what do we do with this key? Okay, so I think I gotta go down like that, but now go around, gotta dodge the electricity again, and then go up this way, and then we gotta be... Whoa. Okay, timing on that one is going to be very interesting. Yeah, the timing on that is very tricky. Oops, I kind of fell into the robot down there, and that's it. Okay, so this game's not messing around. Unlike the letter V 6 times, you have limited lives here, which means there is an incentive to take things very carefully. Also, I'm kind of wondering if maybe that force field we saw earlier... Geez, that's close. That was way too close. I got totally distracted by how I didn't die there at first. But yeah, I'm wondering if maybe that green force field we saw earlier, maybe having this key would let us get through that. So I'm going to try that. So we're going to head back this way and see if that key lets us get through that force field we saw earlier, which should be right over here, although got to dodge the steam coming out of the pipe there. No, that doesn't seem to be activated by that key. Although I just noticed there is another key on the other side there, so we're gonna have to come back this way one way or another. Okay, I made it by this guy, so let's move on. Oh, we got little crushy things now. Although the timing is different for each of them, so I had to keep careful lookout on that. Okay, and now we gotta dodge the puffy smoke and the robot. Okay, that was not a hard one. Okay, we can either go up or sideways. Let's try up first. Not get hit by the steam. Okay, so we're gonna get our first little slime. I'm guessing it's gonna be an extra life, but we'll see. Okay, it looks like this particular one right here, this one doesn't seem to do anything, so don't have to worry about it. And yep, that was an extra life. So that's kind of good to know. It's that whoop, and I lost it trying to get back out. Okay then. Actually, it almost looks like there's a secret room off to the side. I wonder if that's where, like, if it's possible to get through there. I don't think so. So that was kind of a useless journey, just by nature of the fact that I lost a life going through all of that, but it is what it is. Moving forward here, though, it looks like let's try going down first. Okay, there's a blue field there. Okay, I get it now. The keys are color-coded. So I can't get through that blue field because I only have the red key. So I need to find a red field to go through. Yeah, there's the red field. And more crushy things. So how do we get through this? Do we just push the button, or no? Maybe there's like a certain terminal that we have to reach that actually turns it off? Because I couldn't go through there. This is like definitely the red force field. Like maybe there's something over this way that'll allow us to shut it off? Well, continuing to make some progress here. Oh, got hit by the steam. Continuing to make progress though. So I noticed there's a white dot on the map directly above us. So if we go up, what are we gonna find? It's like some kind of oh, this is the thing that we go to use our key. Okay, so now if we go back to where that red force field was, it should be disabled. At least that's what I'm assuming. I'll be very surprised if the force field's still up. So let's get back to that spot. It should be right down here. And over to this side. Yep, red force field is down. So now we can safely, in air quotes, traverse that length. I think for this one, you just gotta go for it. Yeah, just gotta go for it. So we got the green key in here. And we know where the green key is going to be useful because we've already seen that particular force field. So we'll go up this way and around, not get shocked by the shocky thing, and then not get crushed by the crushy thing. And then we just make our way back. So I will say that at first I thought the whole thing with having extra lives was going to be a detriment to the quality of the game, just by nature of the fact that the letter V 6 times, you die a lot in that game, and so it has unlimited lives to compensate for that fact. But here, the obstacles aren't nearly as hard to dodge, and not nearly as complicated. And that was just stupid on my part. Oh wait, you actually have to be really precise. Okay. I didn't think you had to be super precise to get through those, but apparently I was just getting lucky or something before. But yeah, the difficulty here does seem to be a heck of a lot I just realized I'm going the wrong way. The difficulty here does seem to be a heck of a lot lower than in... Wait, how did I... I'm a little surprised I died there because it seemed like it didn't hit me at first and then it did. But yeah, the level of difficulty here definitely seems lower than in VV. So I think I'm still not sure if I'm sold on the idea of having extra lives though, just by nature of the kind of game we have here, but it also seems like this isn't a very long game. So to that end, maybe having the extra live system isn't that big a deal in that case. And then here's the other thing too, I'm back to this point here, but realistically speaking, going all the way through this only gets me an extra life. So why should I even bother risking it? I'm just gonna keep going forward and not worry about that. No, I got hit by that crusher though. Yeah, you do have to be really precise with these crushers. Like, not 100% precise, it's not pixel accurate, but it sure feels close. This extra life, on the other hand, I am gonna go for because it's not that tricky to get. Just gotta dodge some electricity here and some smoke, or steam. I keep saying puffs of smoke and stuff, but really, it's probably like steam, or radioactive steam, given the fact it's green. Okay, red key placed down. Oh, we get an extra life when we put the key in place. That's good to know. So we now have 5 lives. We're above the lives count we started with. But yeah, I've already got the green key again. It took so much less time to get to this point now that I know exactly where to go, because this is not a very big map. In fact, there seems to be a slight reliance on backtracking, but that's not a big deal, especially if the game's going to be short like this. Because I got a funny feeling this isn't a long game, just by nature of the fact that there's only 4 keys to get, and we see the full map in the corner there. Okay, green key delivered. So now, I want to head back this way. And something I wanted to mention is that even though this game does feel like it's going to be a short game, that doesn't necessarily make it bad. Like, that's one of the things that happens sometimes is people who want to make a game will make a small game, and then there's nothing actually wrong with the game, but they get criticized for the length of the game. But I can tell you from experience that making a game longer does not inherently make it better. So, it's a balancing act. It's getting the length of your game right is kind of a tricky thing. And for this one in particular, like, I mean, given the fact that we've got that extra live system in place, that kind of almost makes it seem like the length of the game is going to be fine, just by nature of the fact that if we had unlimited lives, we would expect it to be longer and harder. Okay, so here's that room that had the green force field in place. Now, I'm a little worried that the gray rock stuff is not touchable, so I'm gonna try to not touch it. So we'll get the extra life there, we got a full stock now. Get the blue key, and then try to head back here. Yep, that brown stuff is very not... Oh. When you grab a key, you respawn from the key location. Okay, so we do have to make it back through this room. Actually, I just saw an easier way of doing this. I'm gonna actually go like this. There we go. Okay, and just delivered the blue key. And if I'm remembering correctly, the blue key was a force field over... not down there. I'm gonna go back up here. Was down in the next section, coming up here. Right down this way. Yep, blue field is down. I gotta be careful about those crushers though, because, again, you gotta be a little precise to not get hit by them. So if we move on forward here... Okay, this room doesn't look too bad. This room? This room looks a little more tricky. Gotta do a bit of bouncing, it looks like. But, okay, that's not so bad. We got another similar room. I'm gonna guess that little purple weed to the side is deadly, so let's not go that route. And then bounce around like that and we get through. And now there's the purple key. It's the last key we're going for. So we go like this and this, like there. Yeah, this one's just a lot of bouncing around to get to the purple key there. So then the idea is we'll drop off the purple key in the key chamber, and that'll mean we'll have all keys, and there'll be no force field we can't get through, because they'll all be deactivated. So yeah, even though you do have to be a little precise in spots, I would say that the difficulty here is on the low side. And that's not a bad thing, because you think about a game like the letter V 6 times, where the difficulty is through the roof for half of it. So it kind of makes sense that, you know, having an easier type of game like that, but having limited lives to make sure that you can't just breeze through it. Like, I kind of get what's going on here now. Okay, so purple key goes into the slot. So I'm going to guess the purple field, yeah, that's... we never actually saw the purple force field, but it was right there. So I think we're getting close to the end here, which doesn't happen often. We don't usually beat games on... Well, we may still not. I've got 4 lives left, and I'm going through rooms I haven't seen yet. So we'll see how it goes. This one, we got to be a little tight with the movement there. And then gets through some electricity. And this one should be easier to dodge. And then go through the crushing thing there. Okay, we got a container here? Like, is this relevant? Can we go in here? No, the container's just an obstacle. Okay, let's not get fooled by anything like that again. Oh, okay, and one other thing I should mention, because we may not have a lot of the game left here. Even though the left and right controls are fairly responsive, unfortunately the gravity flipping control is not. Occasionally, it seems to get stuck for a moment, and I'm not entirely certain why. Yeah, I was trying to flip immediately after landing there, and it just wouldn't let me. Okay, maybe we aren't going to get to the end of the game, because I'm on my last life here, and this room is a bit tricky. Okay, we're making it through now. Okay, we made it through. So we go up a little path here, and... Wait, is that it? Are we done? Did we escape? Hey, we made it! Congratulations, you have escaped. It seems there are others like you here. Maybe you should follow them. Who knows what you might find. Okay, so it looks like we actually got to the end of the game. Didn't think I was going to there for a moment, but... Is there anything else? Oh no, if we push the fire button, we just go back to the menu. So that was Ooze the Escape, a modern ZX Spectrum game ported to the C64, and I think there's an Amiga port as well. And, I mean, the game plays mostly fine. The gravity flipping mechanic, the button for it, can sometimes stick. It doesn't happen often, but you do have to be aware that once you do a gravity flip, you may not be able to do another one for a few frames. But other than that, the level of difficulty is fairly low, but you do have limited lives, which means you do have to take things very carefully. You can't just rush through a room and just keep banging against that room until you finally get through, like you can in the letter V 6 times. And it's otherwise a very short game too. Like, I mean, I've been recording for a total of 28 minutes by this point. So if you know exactly what to do, you can get through this really quickly. But even if you don't know what to do, you can also get through it pretty quickly, because this is my first time playing it, right? So yeah, it's not a bad game. Definitely worth trying if you are still playing Commodore 64 games this long into the future. Although there's also the ZX Spectrum version, so that's one to look for as well. And I believe there's an Amiga port. And yeah, it's not bad, just easy. So there you go.